video is going to be an updated agenda or planner video. I am going to share with you the agendas that I'm going to use for 2020 and how I use them. So the video may get a little long, so I apologize in advance. But if you like this type of video, well, stick around. We'll get started right after the intro. Okay guys, so we are about to enter into 2020. So this is the time of year where I really like to start setting up my agenda or my planner for the new year. I am the type of person who really likes to write things down because when I write them down, it keeps me on track, it keeps me focused, and I'm able to go back and look at some of the things that I've planned for the year. And so I keep an agenda, a planner throughout the year. And so today I'm going to share with you the 3 that I plan to use for 2020. Okay guys, so I've switched cameras now. I'm using the smaller camera so I can show you the agendas that I plan to use for 2020 and also show you the setup. So I have 3 agendas that I'm planning to use in 2020, and they are the Louis Vuitton agendas. We first have the Louis Vuitton PM size, which is in the monogram print, the Louis Vuitton MM size, which is also in the monogram print, and also the Louis Vuitton GM size. And so let me just start with the GM, since this one is the one here on the bottom. So this is the GM, and as you guys know, this is my favorite size agenda. I absolutely love this size. And so how I have this set up for this year is you open it up and I have these dashboards that I got from Cloth and Paper. I absolutely love cloth and paper, and they just have these motivational sayings on them. And then I have this little card here, of course, lipstick, Louis, and lashes, just something cute, something girly. On this page, I put behind each of the dashboards or each of these tabs a piece of pink paper, just because I don't like how it looks without the paper, because you can see this kind of writing here. So I like to open it up and see something nice. Now these stickers, I have these stickers custom made, and I cannot remember the person on Etsy that did them, but I wanted some stickers that showed different women doing different things as it relates to work, because of course this channel is all about career. And so I wanted those stickers, had these made, so I just put a couple on here, so when you open it, you know, it's not as plain, and it's kind of cute, kind of fun. So then as you go into the agenda, of course, we have the months on 2 pages, both 19 and 20, and I'll probably take 19 out. Then once you go into the agenda, I have some Louis Vuitton post-it notes that I've had from a previous agenda that I haven't quite used yet, so I keep them here and they work fantastic. So love those. Now these tabs I also got from Cloth and Paper, and I love these tabs because you can get the clear with the gold or clear with black, and I love gold, so I got the gold. Turn the page from the stickers. What I have in here are the months on 2 pages, and as you can see, each month has 2 pages from January through December, and these are for 2020. I actually ordered these from Agendio, and you guys have heard me talk about Agendio before. I absolutely love Agendio because you can customize your planner the way that you like. I also have this little sticker here which says worry less, live more. I think that is something that we all should kind of live by, and so I have that there to remind me to live more and not stress out too much about all the things that I have to do. So I have that in here, and then if you turn to the schedule sheet, I have in here, which I will probably take out, but what I have in here is the month of December, and you guys have seen this before. This is from also Agendio, and I had these custom made previously, and I'll show you these again because I had them also custom made for the smaller agenda. Now For this GM size, I plan to use it differently. This isn't going to be my agenda that I carry with me every day because, as I said before, it has gotten too heavy. So I will probably take this out. And so I then have this tab here which says list. And if you turn the page, it has in here my checklist. And as I said before, I have these custom made. So I have my family here, family activities. I have any other lists that I need to put here. And then I have grocery lists because by the end of the week, I have completely forgotten what I need to pick up from the grocery store. And so I've put all of that here so that I can make sure that I kind of stay on track with different lists that I have to have. So next, if you turn it over, again, like I said, I keep the pink pages in here because I like how it looks. But in here, I then have my projects. On one side of the page, I have Executive Her, so that is anything related to Executive Her, whether it is the videos that I'm making, whether it's to upgrade my website, any kind of activities that I have scheduled with Executive Her. I put in here just anything at all related to Executive Her because this year I'm really trying to grow Executive Her. And so I've put this section in for Executive Her. And then on the right side here, I have my sorority and any sorority activities that I have for this year. So then if you turn from the projects page, I have the finance pages. And so again, as I said before, this agenda will not be used daily where I'm carrying it, but it's going to be used for me to track certain things. And so I've built in this finance page. Now, here I have the pink paper and I have these cute little cards that I got from, I think it was Sequence in Paper. I'll link it below on Etsy, but I really like these because these are motivational and it is about finance. So I put these on here. So when you open it, you get to see those. Now, in here, I also have these sheets. Again, these are custom from Agendio. And on here, it has monthly items, budget, what I actually spent, and the total. Now, for these, I will probably change these a bit because for my monthly expenses, I have a more formal way to keep up with most of these items. The things that I'm really trying to track this year are those items that I usually have for me personally. Those things that come out of personal money that I'm spending on myself because I plan to make a really big purchase this year. So I'm trying to keep up with things that I'm spending my personal money on and not the money for my family. And when I say my personal money, I mean things such as clothing and dry cleaning. Those things I'll keep in here. And I'll probably take out some of these others and just add entertainment, some of those ancillary things that I do. But I thought these were really good, especially if you're trying to track your budget and you really want to see it. The page from the budgets page, of course, I have goals. And on this page, I've also added these cute little cards here just on goals to keep me motivated, to keep me really going as it relates to my goals. You turn the page here and here is the goal sheet. And again, this is a custom made page from Agendio. And what I have here are my goals and ideas. I have the goal, the start date, and space here for me to write how I plan to execute the goal, the progress I'm making on the goal, and what I'll probably add is the date that I actually finish the goal so I can see when I finish it. Okay, and so the last section, I have this cute little card again from Paper and Sequence and Paper. I'll link it below. And once you turn this page, this is just the miscellaneous tab where I can write some notes. And the notes, of course, are any kind of notes, whether it's daily journaling, whether it's just a note that I need to make for myself. This section is all for that. I then have this one pocket in here in pink, and then this back section here is a contact section that I had from a previous Louis Vuitton agenda, and there I keep kind of passwords and some other stuff. And then of course I have here in the back this pocket here. Well, first I have this card holder section, 2 sections for cards that I want to keep, and then this here, this pouch And in here I have, you know, as you can see, some postage stamps, and then I have some more stickers in case I want to add stickers to the agenda, which I don't generally do a whole lot of. I try to keep things simple, but this is it. And as I said before, this is my favorite size, but it's gotten a little too big. And here is the pen that I use with this one, and it is my Mont Blanc pen, and I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, so agenda that I am going to be using is this agenda. This is the Louis Vuitton, and this is the Agenda MM size. Now, as I said before, since the GM has gotten so big, I decided to switch up and buy this GM size to see if I would like carrying this with me a little more. So let's open it up. Now, as you can see, I have in here the dashboard from cloth and paper, which I absolutely love cloth and paper. And I haven't put the pink pages in here yet, but I do plan to, because I don't like all of this writing when you first open it up. Now, this is, of course, the month on 2 pages, but I got these off of Amazon because when I first did my initial order with Agendio, I didn't know if I wanted to use month on 2 pages, and then I realized that yes, I do, because that just really keeps me on track. So again, just like the GM, you see the months on 2 pages, and I have the same card in here: worry less, live more. And also, I picked up from Cloth and Paper, again, these dividers, and this really is, you guys have seen this before, but I'll go into detail on how I did it, but I absolutely love this. Now, the first thing I have in here is another card, also from Sequence and Paper, and I absolutely love this. And it's a Bible verse, and I keep this in here because it's all about planning and plans, and so I keep this here to keep me motivated and on track. And then, of course, we have all of the months here for 2020. And so I'll turn the page here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about in terms of how I had this customized. Now, I had this before, kind of similar in my GM, and so I did it for the MM. Over here, what I put in is just do it, and this is anything and all I need to do. And here I have any emails or phone calls I need to do for a particular day, and also my exercise and diet, what I have actually eaten during the day. On this side, I have Executive Her, because Executive Her, I'm really trying to grow it this year, and so I have a section here for anything I need to do on that specific day for Executive Her. And then I have any notes that I want to make for the day, and then expenses. And so that is for each day. That's a daily setup. And then I have the list in here. Now, for this one, the list are not as specific as the ones for the GM size, because the size is so small, I couldn't customize it quite like the GM. And so these are just some blank pages that says list, and it gives me space to just make some list of all the things that I need to do. Then, of course, we have the projects tab, and under the projects tab, we have projects and Executive Her. And again, because it's not as big as the GM size, I couldn't get it customized, and so I just have projects and Executive Her, and I'll write down any projects that I'm doing as well as projects for Executive Her. But again, because of the size, you lose some of the customization. All right, and so then we turn over to the finance tabs, and this one is also a little different. On this one, I have bills, the specific columns or the specific categories. I did not include due date, amount, and then what has been paid. And as I said before, I will probably kind of change this up a little bit, because I do want to show more of what I'm spending on some of those items that I personally enjoy, as opposed to my overall finances. Also, what I've done is I put this finance page in here where it is blank, where I can just make any kind of notes that I want as it relates to finance. If I've spent something during the day that I really want to make a note on, if I've had a great idea and want to do some investing, I can write it down here, make a note so I can make some phone calls and do some things later. So I put this in here. Okay, so the next section, of course, is my goals section. And the goals section really is, as you saw it previously, this is the goals and ideas. And again, lost some of the customization because it's smaller, but it gives me space to write down any ideas, any goals that I may have throughout the day. And then, of course, I have my miscellaneous section, which is the same as the GM. And, of course, these two card sections to carry some cards. And also I have here is this pouch, some extra motivational cards here, and some flags. And I also have this pen here that I absolutely love. And I'm not sure what brand this is. I can't even remember where I bought it, but I absolutely love the weight of this. It's kind of heavy, and so it makes it just a little easier to use. Okay, so the last agenda is this agenda here, and this is my PM agenda. Now, this agenda, I absolutely love this little guy. I do not carry this with me because I just think it's a little too small for daily use. But what I do with this one is I keep this one by my bed so that if I come up with an idea, I generally wake up and I can write things down, or before I go to sleep, I can write some things down. And so what I have in this one is I have this little card here because I want to keep it straight and kind of firm. And so I just put this little card in here because it's firm. I also have another motivational card. I love keeping motivational cards in here. And so I have one here. And then, of course, I have this card here. This is a Metro card. So if I get on the subway, I have this with me. And this is one from the inauguration in 2009. And so I just see it as a commemorative piece. Put that in there. Also, again, I picked this up from the dashboard, cloth and paper again. And I have added the pink tabs in it. So before I used to just have this for notes, but this year I've added this page here, which is the months, all months on this one sheet. And I've added the pink tabs, which I got from cloth and paper. And I also added the month on 2 pages in here, which I didn't have previously. Then you turn the tab and I have these pretty pastel color sheets of paper so I can jot down some notes. And I then have, again, some Louis Vuitton Post-it notes that I had from a previous agenda that I still use. So I have those in here. Haven't put anything back here yet. And that is really it, with the exception, of course, I have this little pouch here in the back where I can keep some notes. Now, I haven't labeled the tabs yet, and I do plan to do that. I'll get that done, of course, before 2020 starts. I also keep in here this little pen here, and this is a pen that I got from Tiffany. I think it's called the Tiffany Purse Pen, and love this little guy. It is easy to store here in the agenda and quite easy to use. I'm going to be using all 3 of these planners for 2020. And I'm going to try to decide if I want to use all 3 of them or which size really is the size that is best for me. So I'm going to start out and I'm going to use them all for about 3 months. And then I'll decide if I want to keep all 3 or if I just want to use 1 or 2 of the 3. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Those are the 3 planners that I plan to use in 2020, the Louis Vuitton PM, MM, and GM size. Link below or put in the comments below what you plan to use this 2020. I would love to hear from some of you guys. I hope you've liked the video. If so, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. This channel is for ambitious women. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.